Former Houston Rocket Tracy McGrady weighing in on former Houston Rocket James Harden in GQ. James has probably played with more Hall of Famers than anybody in the league, and he doesn't have a ring to show for it. I don't know what he's looking for. And maybe there's some internal BS that is going on that we don't know about. It doesn't make any sense to me to leave the MVP and the Eastern Conference where you have a shot, at least to play for a championship. Your reaction, bro?
Well, look, there is some internal stuff. We get that. I mean, he's upset with the money. They wouldn't, tell him that, look, we're going to give you a long-term deal. Maybe they weren't going to give it to him. But he feels betrayed by, his buddy Daryl Morey. And I get that. But you do have to be mature and understand there's nowhere I can get traded where I can get more money this year. And so the best thing for me to do is have a great season, help a team win, and then get paid next offseason. So I understand there's other reasons Harden wants to leave, but I do agree with T-Mac overall. Look, he is in a great basketball situation. There are two reasons that Philadelphia is not considered the contender that Milwaukee or Phoenix or Denver or any of these elite teams are. And it is because James Harden and to a lesser degree, but still, Joel Embiid don't get it done in the playoffs. Now, Embiid, maybe he'll start to get it done.
Sure.
But look at this graphic. They both decline in the postseason. If Joel Embiid was the MVP, look at that's a 10-point drop in points per game for Embiid in the playoffs. The field goal percentage is ridiculous. 43% is horrible for a 7-footer, 300-pounder. A 3-point percent, like everything drops, and Harden's doesn't look as bad, but we obviously know he's had big-time bad moments in the playoffs. And if Harden and Embiid would be their regular season selves in the playoffs, they'd
have gone to the finals.
Yes,
Like
and we would think that they got a great chance to win.
Go to the finals.
Some of us knew though that they wouldn't be.
And go ahead, Wild.
No, about that graphic, Embiid obviously got hurt. But also,
He's
defense,
hurt,
I know
though.
defense gets tougher. So how much of that 10-point drop are you attributing to his knee hurts, and how much of it is let's focus on Embiid?
Embiid, to me, the jury is out on, but right now, it's like 9-3 to convict, and there's 3 people, you know what I mean, holding the line. Embiid, it is some There's some unluckiness with him that it's, 2 years ago when he gets elbowed in the face during garbage time and breaks his nose, or a cheekbone, whatever it was. He has had some bad luck as far as getting dinged in the playoffs. And so I would like to see him fully healthy, and I would like to see him maybe next year having not expended himself as much going for an MVP, all of it. The Harden thing, though, is not difficult to understand. Harden has been running the same playbook for 7 years, which is be some level of awesome in the regular season, be substantially worse in the postseason, then blame anybody around him.
Yep.
He's in Houston. When he first gets there, he doesn't have a second star. They bring in Dwight Howard. It doesn't quite work. Dwight's gone. They bring in Chris Paul. It almost works great. Chris gets hurt. The next year, shockingly, they don't get along. Chris is out bringing Russ. They bring in Russ. They find a way to kind of somewhat make it work. They get to round 2. Lakers beat them. Russ is gone. And in fact, you know what? I'm gone too. I don't want to be here. They go to Brooklyn. He gets hurt that postseason. Then comes back, doesn't play well when he's back, but he's hurt. The Kyrie nonsense, I get me out of here. Now he's in Philly. He's terrible in Game 7. Looks terrified. 6 as well, particularly in. And now it's get me out of here. It is
he's a runner when it comes to winning games.
Listen, man.
He runs.
Some people don't have the ability to say, man, all of these times where I haven't quite reached my goals is my fault. And it's hard for anybody to be like, you know what needs to change? Me.
Are we talking about James Harden right now? Or?
And the thing is,
it
The thing is this: he doesn't have to come out publicly and say it. Just say it to yourself.
Yeah,
and don't demand a trade.
Say it on the show.
Because even with Kyrie's not playing because he's jerk. Even with Kyrie out with the vaccination, you still had Kevin
Brew
Durant.
Can't give up the Nets.
No, they still had a team that could have competed.
You guys, this is a
and Kyrie actually was there for the playoffs, so they really could have.
But I mean, it's not hard to understand. I mean, he can't admit that he's part of the problem.
Guys, let's just.
You're hanging on to Mac Jones, and you're mad at me.
No, I mean, we all got to
hold on to Brooklyn. Actually had a legit team.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.